He painted the invisible. He engineered the impossible. He dreamed of wings before humanity understood the sky. Leonardo da Vinci was not merely a man of his time, he was centuries ahead of it. His notebooks contain sketches of machines that would not exist for hundreds of years, helicopters, submarines, and mechanisms that hinted at a future the world could not yet imagine. But behind the inventions and the art lay a far deeper mystery, the mystery of conscious creation. Da Vinci was not simply creating objects. He was decoding the mind of God. He believed that everything in nature, every leaf, every shadow, every curve of the human body was a reflection of the same universal intelligence. His life's work was not to imitate nature but to understand the intelligence that moves through it. He once wrote, "To develop a complete mind, study the science of art. Study the art of science. Learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else." And that single line holds the secret to Da Vinci's genius, the recognition that all things are connected through the fabric of consciousness itself. Today, we uncover the 5 hidden codes of Leonardo da Vinci, revealing how the same mind that painted the Mona Lisa also mapped the divine architecture of the universe. Code 1: The law of observation. To Da Vinci, true vision was not about sight, it was about awareness. He believed that the eye was only the instrument, but the soul was the true observer. He would spend hours staring at flowing water, clouds, or human faces, not to memorize their shapes, but to enter their essence. Through this deep observation, he saw the invisible, the principles that govern the visible world. He said, "The artist sees what others only catch a glimpse of in a single drop of water." Da Vinci saw an entire ocean of truth. He realized that observation was the gateway to understanding creation itself. When you learn to observe not just with your eyes, but with your consciousness, you begin to see that everything around you is alive with intelligence. To observe deeply is to connect with the mind of the universe. Code 2: The geometry of creation. Leonardo's notebooks are filled with geometric diagrams, circles, triangles, and spirals, not as decoration, but as revelation. He believed that the universe was built upon the foundation of divine proportion, the golden ratio, which appears in galaxies, flowers, seashells, and even the proportions of the human face. For Da Vinci, this was not coincidence. It was evidence of order, proof that the same intelligence that shaped the cosmos shaped us. He saw geometry as the fingerprint of the Creator. He said, "No human investigation can claim to be scientific unless it passes through mathematical demonstration." But for Leonardo, mathematics was not cold calculation, it was sacred poetry. Numbers to him were symbols of divine intelligence. When he drew the Vitruvian Man, he wasn't merely illustrating anatomy. He was revealing a cosmic secret, that the human being is the living embodiment of universal harmony. The golden ratio is not just in art, it's in your DNA, your heartbeat, your breath. When you align your thoughts and emotions with that harmony, your life begins to mirror the same perfection that exists in all of nature. Code 3: The light of imagination. Leonardo once said, "Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art." To him, imagination was not fantasy. It was the act of remembering what the soul already knows. He believed the mind was light, a beam of consciousness that could illuminate the unseen. When he painted, he wasn't copying the outer world, he was bringing inner visions into form. He described imagination as the divine part of man, the bridge between the infinite and the finite. He imagined flying machines centuries before the Wright brothers. He designed bridges, weapons, and instruments that merged beauty with function. But behind them all was the same principle, that imagination is the divine act of creation. Everything that exists was once imagined. The universe itself began as thought, as vibration, as consciousness, dreaming itself into reality. To imagine is to create. To dream is to remember that you are made in the image of the Creator. Code for the flow of nature. Leonardo believed that nature was the greatest teacher. He would write endlessly about the flow of water, the motion of air, the rhythm of plants, and the growth of trees. He wrote, Water is the driving force of all nature, in its constant motion. He saw the law of balance, the truth that everything in the universe flows toward harmony. To resist nature is to create suffering. To move with it is to find peace. Leonardo understood that the creative process mirrors the flow of rivers. It cannot be forced, it must be allowed. Inspiration, like water, flows when the mind is still and open. He taught that to create like the divine, one must learn the art of surrender, to trust the intelligence that moves through you rather than trying to control it. When you align yourself with this flow, every action becomes effortless and every creation feels inevitable. That is how Da Vinci lived, not as a man trying to succeed, but as a vessel through which creation could express itself. Code 5. The spark of the Creator. At the heart of all Da Vinci's teachings lies one eternal truth, that the same divine force that shaped the stars lives within you. He wrote, "The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding." To understand, for Da Vinci, was to awaken. It was to see beyond form, beyond matter, beyond time, into the infinite mind that creates all things. He believed that human beings were not separate from God, but expressions of divine intelligence exploring itself through creativity. Each invention, each painting, each act of imagination was a form of prayer, a dialogue with the infinite. This is why Da Vinci's art feels alive. It carries vibration, presence, and mystery because it was born from awareness itself. He knew that every human being carries that same spark of creation, the ability to transform thought into form, energy into matter, and imagination into reality. The true secret of Da Vinci is not what he created, it's that you have the same power he did when you create with intention and awareness. You are not just making art or solving problems, you are participating in the act of creation itself. You become the brush in the hand of infinite intelligence. Leonardo da Vinci taught us that art, science, and spirit are not separate paths. They are one, three expressions of the same divine truth. Observation opens the eye. Geometry reveals order. Imagination brings light. Flow teaches surrender. And understanding awakens the creator within. The greatest masterpiece is not the Mona Lisa, it is consciousness itself. The canvas is your mind. The paint is your awareness. And every thought is a stroke of divine creation. You are the artist. You are the creation. You are the infinite intelligence painting the universe into being. The code was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to remember. Subscribe for more cinematic revelations from the greatest minds in history, where philosophy, science, and spirituality unite as one eternal light.